Improv, theater, Broadway. He's got them all. And if he don't have them, there ain't none. I'm telling you. SmoothTickets.com. Once again, that's SmoothTickets.com, or give him a call at 404-374-1150. Once again, that's 404-374-1150. You got to tell him, though, that I sent you. You got to tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Once again, SmoothTickets.com. That's SmoothTickets.com. Yeah! Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU. This is your folk, Doug Stewart. Want to protect you and your family from life's unexpected mishaps? Then join 7. Join 7 is a prepaid legal company under the umbrella of the Protection Group. Join 7 is the only group benefit or motor club in the U.S. that offers auto reimbursement coverage, key replacement coverage, roadside assistance, gives you a current Medi-File, prescription savings, and fully encompassed prepaid legal benefits that include identity theft. They got your back. The average combined cost to purchase these benefits individually is over $850 a year. Join today and take advantage of all 7 for $17 a month. They've been around for over 20 years, so check them out by clicking on the banner link on my page, thedougstewartshow.com, or the app. Just go ahead and join 7. The world's heavyweight champion of sports and guy talk radio. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Joined by my man Jon Fisher, Patty Cake, Microwave. Here on a Man Talk Monday. Kind of like a bonus stew thank you to the Stewies. Your boy was gone all last week. And so every day this week, I'm giving you an hour extra bonus stew. Hey, if you're new to the Doug Stewart Show, make sure that you go to Spreaker.com. That's speaker with an R, Spreaker.com. Search and find the Doug Stewart Show and hit that follow button. That's very important that you hit that follow button. So whenever this show or any other show goes live, you will be alerted. Make sure you do that. Coming up at 1 p.m. Immediately following this show, we got my man Poe for the Poe Politicking Show. 8 p.m. tonight, the Lonely Hearts Cafe. And 10 p.m. tonight, 8 and 10 p.m. tonight for Stewart Media After Dark. You've got spicy conversations, all right? So all of that today on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Jon Fisher, what up, baby?
What's good, baby? What's poppin', man? Good to be here with you. I feel honored, man, to be the first of the co-hosts for the week.
Man, no problem, brother. We got Jon Fisher on the show right now, host of the Cooking with the Microwave show and the Bottom to the Top show. All right, so before we went to the break, I asked you to, bring up something that you have vehemently disagreed with me on, sports or beyond, throughout the first 2 years of this show.
All right, now because it was so quick, I had to think of something recent. But yeah, man, I had a big problem with how you talked about D'Angelo Russell, man. As a Lakers fan myself, you was kind of getting on him last season. Now I know he kind of started off slow, and you probably had a lot of expectations for him being a 12 pick. But man, the dude was 19 years old. Give him some time to progress, and he showed that. And you wanted him traded. After the whole situation, I'm like, we're not going to get much value for him as a number 2 overall pick. We got to keep him, man. Look, it happened with Kobe. Kobe snitched on Shaq, even though Kobe was more established at that point in time. But you can't just waste a number 2 pick for a guy that's making progress like that. You saw him in the Summer League, man.
Yeah. And he balled out of control in the Summer League. And you know what? Maybe that was my heart talking more so than my mind. And the whole problem with it, and you just mentioned it, was that, we weren't going to get equal value for him if we did try to trade him. He's toxic in that locker room, okay? And the problem is there's guys that was in that locker room last year when the whole thing went down with him and Swaggy P. So I don't know how long we're going to have the remnants of that on that squad. I think for probably the rest of his career, but maybe maybe the teammates said, you know what, he's young, he made a mistake, he didn't mean it like that. Maybe it's not as big of a deal as it appeared through the media. So it looks like that he's going to be a keeper. I wanted to get Jahlil Okafor, though. I wanted Okafor, as opposed to taking D'Angelo Russell. Now, when you talk about those two players, do you agree with the Laker management in taking the point guard and Russell before Okafor?
I didn't at first. I do now. Looking at this day and age of NBA, when it's predicated upon shooting and good point guard play, Okafor can't play any defense, so he really can't play in a pace. He got to play in a traditional offense that's going to slow down and pound it, and give him the ball inside. Now he has great post moves, but I think he's just one of those players that's come like a little too late to where the NBA is transitioning.
Right.
I mean, the team is proven to be better with him off the floor than him actually on it. And that's not the case with D'Angelo Russell. So I think I wasn't aboard at first, but I think they made the right decision. And as far as Nick Young goes, man, any grown man that calls himself Swaggy P, first of all, Doug, if that was you, or if that was me,
right,
I'm pretty sure after he was recording me, period.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I would have took his phone and deleted it myself.
Yeah,
How do you let that man get outside of that room with that phone in his hand?
Yeah, but it was kind
You must be kidding me.
It was kind of a question on whether he knew he was being videotaped. But do you remember the story saying that he did know he was being videotaped and he let dude leave?
Well, he knew he was being videotaped, and that's why he kind of paused at the end and made that, that little what's-the-name time when he realized he was being videotaped. And then, come on, man. What is he doing holding the phone up to him if he's not videotaping it?
Yeah, well,
you know what I'm saying? What else could he be doing?
I'm going to tell you this, though. And you know what? It's not the same thing because you're talking about two generations of people. I was about to say, if you saw the video I posted on my Facebook and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, I videoed my Uncle Donnie probably 3 or 4 times, and he had no clue I was videotaping him because he doesn't understand the video phone mechanism. And so he's older. He didn't grow up with phones, so it's more understandable for that.
Right.
But yeah, a younger cat, X-generation type cat like Nick Young, he should know better than that. A dude's got a phone up steadily, pointing in your direction. You probably being videotaped, bruh.
You should know that if your name is Swaggy P. You know what I mean? You should know that. If you call yourself Swaggy P, you should know the guy's whole. You got to be social media savvy.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying there's no shame with D'Angelo on that. The man fessed up, and you see how he's trying to rebuild his image after he hit that game-winning shot in the summer league game. He put it all on his teammates. He came out and said, "I played like ish," and he said that on live air. And Jay Adonde looked real nervous about that. So anyway, but he put it all. He said his teammates got him through. He's trying to rebuild. He made a mistake. It was a bad mistake, but. He's got a lot of time. He's got a lot of time to right his wrong.
You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. I'm joined by my man Jon Fisher, cooking with the microwave, patty cake microwave for a third hour and the bonus hour of the Doug Stewart Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. You just mentioned, a grown man calling himself Swaggy P. Did you hear me earlier talking about Booger McFarland on ESPN? At what age shall you stop letting people call you Booger, bruh?
I did. I actually heard him tell a story on a different show before. He was saying, like, that was a nickname his sister gave him because he used to always get in trouble. And she's like, "Oh, you're such a booger. You're such a booger." So that was a neighborhood nickname that stuck with him all his life. And he said it's to the point that he doesn't even respond. He's been called booger so much, he doesn't respond to Anthony.
You know what? That's a cute story and everything, but I almost think, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, and maybe it's just a cynic in me, I almost think that these cats that he does these shows with on the Puppet Factory is ESPN if you're new to the Doug Stewart Show, I almost think that they're kind of like mocking him, the way they say it now. Maybe that's just me. Maybe he likes it. Maybe they really do say it like a term of endearment, but it doesn't seem like it to me. And it almost like I wouldn't feel right calling another grown man Booger, just like I wouldn't feel right calling another man, grown-ass man, swagalicious or something like that, you know? So I don't...
Two things. One, I do think they're absolutely mocking him. And the second is, I grew up with a dude named Booger, you know, but after he became 17, 18, he made us shorten it up and we started calling him Boog. You know what I mean? Like, I think at this point in time, yo, what up, Boog? You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
shorten it up. Like, I agree. You know, I heard the story, but I agree. Like, I wouldn't let them call me Booger as no 30-something, 40-something-year-old man. Like, nah, man, call me Bugs, man.
Yeah.
You know, call me B.
Yeah. Let me read some of these messages in the chat room on Spreaker.com. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. We got my man Jon Fisher on the show for bonus, Stu. Thank you, Stewies. Let me read some of these messages in the chat on Spreaker.com. We talked a little NFL news and notes in the last segment or 2 segments ago. A little British Open. Not really a lot going on in the world of sports. I reported on a very felonious story about Batman and Idris Elba. Just laugh so I don't cry. Laugh so I don't cry. Let me read some of your messages in the chat room from Andre Elam. He says, Thorny, I had to join. Much respect, sister. I don't know what they're talking about. Let me see if I can go up a little bit in the chat and see exactly what they're talking about. From that ninja, after the second question, you're supposed to look at him and say, what the F would you ask me, or why the F would you ask me that? Not sure once again. From Clay.
He's talking about D'Angelo Russell and Nick Young.
Okay.
It's like after the second question, D'Angelo asked him, he should be like, why you asking me that?
Oh, yeah. In the video, it was like D'Angelo Russell was an interviewer. Like, he was asking them questions, like ridiculous, redundant questions that you ask people when you're interviewing them, not when you're sitting around in your room chopping it up with your boy. So, yeah, okay, I get it now. From J.B. Jennings, what you sipping, Miss Thorny? That 1800 is smooth. Thorny, you sipping in the middle of the show, in the middle of the day? All right. Thorny, were you here last week in ATL for the Boule? I caught the beginning part of the Boule. The Boule is the AKA's national convention here in ATL. The Bros got their national convention. If you're new to the show, I'm a Q. Do or Die, Xi Psi, Spring 90. So we have our national convention in Las Vegas, Nevada, and I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. First of all, I'm not going to make it because y'all know I ain't had a job in 4 years. My money kind of funny. I'm just going to keep it real. My money kind of funny. Plus, I've already, done a lot this summer. I've already been on 2 golf trips. Just came a week from Orlando. And also, I haven't even told y'all this yet. The first week in August, man, I got to go to D.C. for like 4 days. So we're going to miss like 3 days of TDSS. I'm going to D.C. for the National Association of Black Journalists Convention. I try to make it every year, and I definitely need to go up there and rub some elbows with some people in the industry, obviously. So I've just been doing too much, man, and I don't like going to Vegas with limited funds, man, because it's just not the same. It's just not the same. I hate going anywhere. I'm just keeping it real with you. I hate going anywhere, and not be able to just, spend freely. Well, not like a fool, but just to have a good time. And different places you go, you got to have money. And I just can't imagine going to Vegas with my money looking so funny right now like it is right now. So I'm not even going. I'm not going. And that's just real. Y'all have a good time for me, man. Bros, be out, be careful in Vegas. Damn, that's going to be crazy. Hey, John, when we get back from the break, and speaking of the rap thing, man, and you're an accomplished rapper, I want to talk to you and I want to get your thoughts on these new age rappers, man. The Futures, the Rich Homie Quans. Like, you from New York City, the Mecca of hip hop. You got real skills, man. I want to get your honest thoughts on new age hip hop, man, and what you hear on these radio waves, all right?
No doubt.
All right, don't go away. Back in 3 minutes. The Doug Stewart Show with my man, Jon Fisher. have your own radio show?